Imagine a world where everything was okay. You live in a small white house in a nice neighborhood. Your friends are always outside. Your dad gets dressed every day and goes to work, while mom is at home, cooking, cleaning, making sure you're ready for school. You have a loving family. You celebrate holidays with food and fun and laughter. You have aunts, uncles, girl cousins, boy cousins to play with. Nothing else matters, right? Home life is good. Everything else will be too. Now, I'd like you to imagine the opposite. No family, no friends, no fun or laughter or food, no home. Now this, like mine, is more of a reality to most of you. I like for you all to take a bit of time to hear my story, feel my pain, and understand my problems. But ultimately, what I like most is for you to walk with me throughout my difficult journey and realize that every situation has an outcome. You can influence the road you've been left on. You can make your own destination.
When I was only 4 years old, I experienced something traumatic that would stay, haunt, and encourage me for the rest of my life. I was living in Compton, California, home of the gangsters, the ghetto, the crime, project kids, ice cream trucks, the soul food, big mamas, who's not your mama, basketball games, Friday night light, the city of the real. That's where I'm from. Born and raised until a rainy day in May of 1998. I am the second to the youngest child of 7. I have 3 older sisters, 2 older brothers, 1 younger sister, and me. That makes 7. Yeah, I know. Big family. My mom was an angel on earth, literally. She never broke a sweat, even with 7 kids. How could you look so good, act so humble, walk with so much poise? Now my dad, he's had his fair share. He's been in that lifestyle. He's caught a couple of cases, made some decisions he probably should not have. His maturity and ethics as a man should have definitely been questioned, but his love for his children could not.
As time went on and the day in May approaches, drugs, alcohol, egos, and lives are tested. Only the strong survive those things. The weak turn to outrageous solutions, compromise family values, and put the most dear things to them up at stake. That's exactly what happened.
An early morning in May, my mom is on her way to work at an apartment complex she manages. The janitor of the complex drops her off, and in the rearview mirror, she sees my dad and is more worried than ever. As she tries to secure herself in the office, Dad forces his way in and threatens to kill the leasing assistant if she does not leave. As she should, she locks herself in the office and proceeds to not call 911, but her husband. My dad is heard yelling and making threats, then all of a sudden, 6 shots are let off, striking my mom 5 times in the body and 1 time through her hand into her face as she tries to cover herself. Terrible, traumatic experience to deal for a sibling set of 7, ages 15 all the way to 2.
Let's fast forward a couple years. Mom's mom, Grandma, adopts us. She provides us with a safe and stable place to live without us being broken apart. After a situation that broke her, that was her eldest daughter, we moved to San Bernardino, bought a house, established life to the best of our ability. We celebrated birthdays and holidays, took trips to Big Bear, Lake Elsinore, camping, festivities. Life was said to be good for a family that's been through what we've been through. As time went on, Grandma got older. Kids kept growing, personalities formed, and differences grew strong in a 4-bedroom home with 7 kids. As we all know, teenagers can be a pain. You go through things and you don't even know why. You react to situations that need no reaction. You make choices you probably don't even want to make. You say things you don't even want to say.
Being a mother to four girls, then losing two to a tragic incident and gaining her seven kids is a hard thing to do for the kids and for me. You have a 17-year-old who's sneaking out at night. You have a 14-year-old who's running away. You have two boys in and hardly ever out of trouble. That takes a toll on you, your understanding, your empathy, and your patience. So when the babies of the bunch grow up and go through the same exact thing, how do we react?
By the age of 13, mine and my grandma's relationship became toxic. Arguments, bickering, name calling, and punishments became a routine. There was no relationship. Parent-teen relationship is critical in the adolescent stage. As a teen, especially a girl, who is she to talk to when going through girl problems? Who does she tell about the boy she likes? When you have no healthy outlet, you keep those things to yourself, which could ultimately be destructive. That's exactly what happened. At 14 years old, I ran away. Not far, to my aunt's, up the street, in hopes of seeking attention, being noticed, being missed. Unfortunately, that was not the case. 1 month exactly after my 14th birthday, I was approached by a CFS worker asking to come to her office and discuss my living situation. There, I was greeted by her supervisor and my grandmother. The discussion was very short, as I remember, and straight to the point.
A Tori goes home with you today or goes into a foster home tonight. Your pick.
And given that I'm here speaking with you today, everyone should know her pick.
That was it. 14 years old, a new life, new environment. Everything I once knew changed right before my eyes. I was placed in my first home in Fontana, California. Driving up to this big house, I was scared, worried, and anxious. And I was also partially excited because it was 2 stories. I knew they had stairs. Until I would come to realize I never used those stairs. I stayed locked up in the room. I kept to myself, cried myself to sleep, missed my little sister dearly. I wasn't comfortable and for sure felt unwanted. I ran away. That became a pattern of mine. I grew older and so did my hatred for the system. I was always a geek in school. I got good grades. I had a good social life. I was a star athlete. A.B. Miller High School, the cool girl. That was me. But at home, I was a wreck. I had to get myself together and quick because the beginning of my 11th grade year, I found out I was pregnant.
Pregnancy matured me. It taught me how to shut my mouth, stay in one place, and think long term. But it also made me lazy. In the first time in my high school career, I felt like dropping out. I contemplated leaving school and settling for my GED. Unfortunate circumstances did not allow me to do that because I sent my baby to live with her dad. That freed up time and gave me the support I needed to finish school. Through hard work and sleepless nights, I walked across that stage in May 2012 and received my high school diploma. I was a young, proud mom.
Through the support of AB 12, I remained in the system. I got my daughter back, and we moved into our first apartment. It was small, but it was ours. I enrolled in college at Chafee and Rancho and began working on my degree in criminal justice. 3 years in, I've changed fields to social work, but my passion lies with the young people. I believe we can shape the future. We can do things our parents could not. We can be anything we want to be. My daughter is now 5 and just began kindergarten. I'm still out of JC, slowly trying to transfer and get that degree. I'm working in my community advocating for foster kids like you, like me, and I love the change I impact on others. I tell you my story to compare to yours. Everyone's struggle is different, but when we put our minds and our actions to it, we can use those same struggles to shape a very enduring future.